take a test to determine if a person is under the influence or not, then the person will get their license revoked. So, do you think that drunk driving precautions in the new driving laws are necessary?
Well, number one.
Number two?
Well, number one, I think that we need to increase the number of police officers on the road. These drunk drivers are killing too many people. There's one in every 127 people arrested for DUI every year, and we just need to increase the number of cops. That's the only thing we can do to stop them.
See, I disagree. Increasing the number of cops on the road isn't going to stop people from drinking. If people are stupid enough to drink and drive and kill themselves, I say let them kill themselves.
Yeah, but they're not only killing themselves, they're killing innocent people too.
Well, then, what we should do, we should, like, get a whole city doing this.
Oh, a whole city? Where are you going to get the money to build a city from?
Well, put higher taxes on alcohol so they can fund themselves.
But that isn't fair to the taxpayers who do drink and don't drive. These precautions against drunk driving are good the way they are right now.
Yeah, keeping the laws the same is always an option, but from the research I've done, it shows that the issue of drunk driving is getting progressively worse as history progresses. So I think we might want to just change the laws and make them a little bit more strict.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Change the laws and make them more strict.
But having more police officers on the force isn't going to stop people from being killed, and it's just going to create more money for the taxpayers to pay.
I agree with that, because when we have more police officers out there, it's not going to stop them from drinking and driving and crashing, and they'll still, like, kill innocent people. So I think what we should do is raise the prices on the beer and stuff, all the alcohol, so they won't buy it as much, and we'll also increase the punishment so we have double time attacking them.
What about the responsible drinker? I mean, this tax, if you raise the prices on alcohol and other alcoholic beverages, it's going to affect everyone, and that means that the responsible drinker will be punished for something that he didn't do.
But that helps them against, like, the health risks of the alcohol. It could, like,
True.
it could, like, teach him the right way and, like, make him live longer.
In turn, that could save his life.
Yeah, exactly.
What do they need to drink the alcoholic beverages for if he doesn't?
Okay. Anyone else have an opinion on that?
We gotta calm down. Well, I agree with you guys. You guys are saying that we shouldn't, like, raise the taxes on alcohol. But what we should do is we should increase the punishment to make examples out of people who want to drink and drive. They see what happens to people who do get arrested. They might stop, and it would save a lot of lives. If publicized.
If they're that dumb to drink and drive in the first place, they're not going to pay any attention to what other people do and what happens to other people.
Well, maybe it can get to them too. I mean, like, maybe they'll somehow understand. We can't guarantee that, but maybe if you, like, publicize it through television or even radio broadcasts, like, what's going on with all the laws and how it can affect you, it might. I'm not saying that it will, but it might affect the way they.
That's why I think we should go the extra mile and, like, raise the prices on the alcohol. Because, like I said before, it, like, save lives with either way, with the health risks of alcohol and of drinking and driving.
What makes you think that people won't be able to afford it if
Yeah.
the rate's higher?
So?
Yeah, they'll still buy it, still do the same stuff with it, they won't care.
Yeah, but less people will do it.
Well, how do you know?
Well, it's, I
They
guess
want
it's
to
really
benefit
just an
those who want.
estimation.
Well,
And you can't really tell if this is going to work. You can never really tell if a proposed law will ever work.
Yeah, no,
but
that's
we
why-
must take the chance in order to.
Yeah, take the chance on both of them.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a good
Yes.
idea to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with them.
I think that's a good idea.
Anybody else?
Take the chance, see how it works.
I'll go with 4, 2, and 1 on this.
Okay.
3. Count me in.
All right.
That'll work, yeah.
Exit question. Do you think that we should raise the price of alcohol or make harsher punishment, or even both. Number two,
I think we should do both of them, because one's not gonna do much. We should do both of them. It would help a lot.
I agree that we should do both, because I think that the raising the taxes will help. I don't really think the punishment will work, but it won't hurt, so I think we should go with both.
I say we go with both too, because, either one alone isn't very strong, but if you use both of them, it'll send a stronger message and maybe get out to the public.
Yeah, I agree with Greg on the both idea.
There's no way that one of them is just gonna solve the problem, so we're just have to go with both.
well, I agree with all of you, in that should be both, because we might as well take the chance and see how it works out. And we'll be right back. Welcome back. In June 1999, the General Assembly passed and Governor Reid signed into law new requirements that will improve the way young drivers are licensed in Pennsylvania. These improvements will better prepare teens to drive safely and will reduce needless deaths and injuries among 16 and 17-year-olds. Highlights of these life-saving changes include giving teens longer skill-building time, assuring that a minimum amount of adult supervised training has occurred, limiting nighttime driving hours to reduce exposure to high-risk driving, making sanitation swift and certain so dangerous teens...
Sanctioning.
Oh, sorry. Sanctioning swift and certain so dangerous teen drivers are removed from our roadways and requiring teens to be crash and conviction free for a full year before qualifying for an early license before age 18. Stand number 4, you have some very interesting information for us?
Yes, I do. Now, I researched the new laws that are effective from August 24th, 1999, and the laws that are effective December 22nd, 1999. Now, all these laws that I'm going to state now are effective August 24th, 1999. So now, for the learner's permit, it is 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. driving. There'll be a new restriction, and it was previously midnight to 5 a.m. The number of passengers must not exceed the number of safety belts in each vehicle, and for that there was no previous requirement. Now, for the junior license, it's the exact same thing as the learner's permit, and for the unrestricted license, the number of passengers must not exceed the number of safety seat belts in a vehicle for all drivers under 18. Now, those laws were for August 24th. Now, these are effective December 22nd. The learner's permit, the mandatory 6 months for skill building before test, and it was previously 30 days. The permit is valid for 1 year, and that was previously 120 days. Supervising adults must be 21 or older. Now, before it was supervising adults had to be 18. And certification of 50 hours behind the wheel of the car, and that's for skill building. And there was no previous requirement on that law. Now, for the junior license, mandatory 90-day suspension for a 6-point or more accumulation or a single high-speed conviction, and that's 26 miles per hour over the speed limit. And there was previously no discretionary sanction. And for the unrestricted license, there was a possible at 17 and a half years with crash and conviction-free record for 12 months and a completion of an approved driver's education course. And there should be a full license not possible until 18 years of age. And I was previously at 17 years old with a clean record and driver's education course.
How are these new laws in Pennsylvania different from other states' laws in the U.S.?
Well, they're the same in some ways and they're different in others. For example, in California and Ohio, once you get your learner's permit, you have to hold it for 6 months before you can take the driving test. In North Carolina and Georgia, however, you have to wait 12 months before you can take your test. In California, you have to complete 50 hours of supervised driving, and 10 of those have to be at night before you can take your driving test for your license. In Ohio, you must complete 50 hours, 10 of those at night, and in addition to a requirement of 24 hours of classroom instruction and 8 hours driving. In Georgia, the curfew for young drivers is 1 a.m. In California, in the first year after you get your license, you can't drive between 12 midnight and 5 a.m. In Ohio, if you're under 17, you can't drive between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. In North Carolina, teens with a permit cannot drive after 9 p.m. And in Georgia, the minimum age for unrestricted license eligibility is 18 rather than our 16.
Now number two, what did you find out?
Well, I did some research on how teens drive in America, and I found some interesting statistics here. Automobile crashes are the #1 killers of teens in America. In 1997, 5,697 teens died in vehicle crashes. Teens have the highest rate of crashes than any other group in America. 51% of teens' motor vehicles deaths in 1997 were drivers and 47 were passengers. Now you might say, well, it's not their fault. Somebody else crashed into them. Well, 41% of 15-year-olds crash involved only their car. They might crash into a tree, a pole, something like that. There's an alarming rate of crashes in other countries, not only the United States. Other countries, many states have enacted graduate driving laws with some success. Some laws are the curfews, the waiting period after the permit. There's an alarming rate of crashes in the United States and other countries too. Many countries and some states in America have started new graduate driving laws with some success. Some of them started the 6-month waiting period, the zero tolerance to alcohol, and the curfew at night driving. I think that we should just get these teens off the road, make the driving limit up to 18, not 16. They're not ready to drive yet. Give them more experience.
I have some really interesting interviews that go along with what you just said. These people wish to be anonymous, so I can't say their names. First question I asked, how do you feel about the new driving laws for teens? First person thought they were a really, really good idea, and the second one, just, it was a good idea. They weren't too enthusiastic. Then I asked why. First person said, it gives more drivers experience before they're put out on their own onto the road. And the second person said that just lets too many people loose on the roads, just go out and wreck their parents' car. And then I asked, do you think the way the law is being enforced for them right now is the best way? The first person said they haven't heard of any problems yet, so they think it's alright. But the second person said no. I asked the person why they said no, and they thought they should just make the age of driving until 18, like Ahmed said the other states were. And now here's an exclusive interview on video. This is Kathy Mackey. We're going to interview her on tape. She has given us permission to. Mrs. Mackey, how do you feel about the new driving laws for teens?
Well, I feel that they are very good. I think it's a good thing that they are making the teens more aware of the proper way to drive. So I think they're a good idea.
How do you feel this way?
Well, I feel there are lots more cars on the highway, and both teens and adults have to be more careful and cautious on the highways because of the speed and traffic conditions.
Okay. Is the way laws are being enforced right now the best way?
Yes, they are, as long as the police can enforce them, and that's where I think is going to be a problem with a lot of the new laws, that they can be enforced properly.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Good. You're done.
Alright, again, we'd like to thank Mrs. Mackey for giving us her information on the topic.
Now, I also constructed a few interviews Well, unlike number 5, I interviewed teenagers, and all of these teens I interviewed were very aware of the new driving laws. Kyle Devlin said, if you have to wait 16 years to drive, you should be able to drive right away. Several teens I interviewed felt the laws should be changed from the 6 month mandatory permit law. That's the worst part, they say. They say it's way too long. Michelle Nuss says, they treat us like we're very irresponsible. Gabe Knighty said he felt very taken back that they don't trust us. I also did an exclusive interview with a real live teen. Can you take a look at the monitor? Here we are with John Shoup. John, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
All right.
Are you aware of the new teen driving laws?
Yeah.
If so, how do you feel about them?
Personally, I think they suck.
Why do you feel this way?
Well, they're just not fair, you know?
Should the laws be amended?
No. Wait, yes.
How should they be changed?
Well, I think in Iowa or Idaho, or one of them, you can drive when you're 14, but that's only from school and back. So,
Really?
yeah. If we had the same rules as that state, then we'd be driving already.
Thank you, John. Once again, I would like to thank John Shoup for his interview. I accepted with him. Thank you, John.
Teens are responsible people and can handle themselves on the roads. I also think that we should give teens some credit. Not all of them are bad. Sure, there are some reckless teenage drivers, but there are also reckless adult drivers out there. Do you think the new driving laws, we should keep them, or do you think we should change them? So,
I think we should keep them, and I think they're a good step in the right direction, and they're alright with me.
I agree, I think we should keep them, but if we do change them, if anything, make them more strict, because teens need more experience, so I say we keep them.
I say we keep them, like most of them, and change most of them, but change a couple of them so the teens will be more comfortable with the driving situations, and they can be more aware about what's happening around.
I think we should keep them too, but a couple changes. Not only make it a little stricter for teens, for the adults that are screwing around too. It's my opinion.
I think that these are a little bit strict, and I think they should be about 3 months, but the rest of them are pretty good.
well, if I
What?
agree with number 6 and number 5 that we should change the laws because it's just way too strict, and we have to give teens a chance to prove themselves. There you have it. I'd like to thank number 2 through 6 for giving us opinions and their time for being here. And thank you for watching. And don't forget to tune in next week when we discuss classroom size.